Hi, guys.
Hello, welcome back to the What Era Are We In podcast.
Welcome back.
Episode 9.
Episode
Wow.
9.
We're almost on double digits.
Next week we will be.
That's so wild. And next week's one, I think, is a great episode 10. But
Great episode for double digits.
let's get into number 9. So last week, what were the words we gave?
I said father.
What did I say? Oh, I said Whitney. Yes. And we are talking about none other than Post Malone. Yes.
Austin Malone. That's his name, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's
Austin
Austin
Post.
Austin
Post.
Austin Post, Mr. Malone.
This was a really interesting one for me.
This is our first male artist, isn't it? No, Tyler's our first
and
one.
Frank.
Oh, our first white male artist.
Yeah. This is I would call our first artist for the straights.
Yes. Well, no, I feel like Frank Ocean and Tyler are kind of for the straights too.
Like, the gays get into both of them as well.
Okay, right.
I feel I won't lie. This was an interesting one when we talked about who we wanted to do after Nikki last week. I said to Elise, I was like, "Do you have any ideas?" And she said, "Can we do Post Malone?" And I was like, "Okay."
I'm not like a huge Post Malone fan, but I love Post Malone.
Yeah, and I wasn't, like, to be honest, not a huge Post fan.
How do we feel now?
After listening to all 5 of his albums, I'm still the same. I'm sorry. I don't. It's not that at all. Like, I like some of Post's stuff, but I'm definitely not someone who's like super invested in what he's doing.
Right. I definitely say like I know a bit more about Post Malone than you do. I feel like I grew up with him because when his like viral like beginning of like Go Flex White Iverson, his first album came out, I was in grade 8 and it was just like a very like changing point in my life really, and this boy that I liked for like all my years of high school basically loved Post Malone at the time.
Slay.
So I kind of like forced myself to like it as well.
There's a cat hair on my mic.
But I kind of forced myself to like it as well because I was like, this guy
Yeah.
likes it,
Well,
so I want to like it.
I will say, like, out of all of these albums, I have the most, like, I know a lot about the Stoney record because a lot of my friends, when that album came out, were like crazy about it and like were listening to the shit out of him, like Go Flex and all those songs. But I saw him live.
You've seen him live and you're not even a fan?
I saw him. So I didn't mind him at the time and I was like, oh yeah, he's pretty cool. And I was like, maybe I will get into him. And then I saw him at FOMO Festival. I went there to see SZA.
Right,
and she was right before him.
Right.
And I will say he wasn't very good.
Really?
In my opinion. Some people probably loved it. I thought he was just like really just sort of subpar. Like I didn't feel like he like wanted to be there maybe, or like it just didn't feel like he was really into it or whatever.
To be fair, like those first couple of albums, he was very much like not present.
And I think it's also there's a very good possibility it was just because I was so blown away by SZA and he came on immediately after and I was just like,
nothing
okay,
can top this.
I was like, have fun trying to top this bitch, because I mean I was just like shook. It was my first time ever seeing her live.
Yeah,
and so
fair.
Yeah, but I digress. We're still gonna jump into it. I listened to every single song, every single one, and yeah, I will say I walked away liking a bit more of his stuff than I originally thought I would. But
And that's all we can ask
here we are.
for.
And that's like the fun part, I guess, about doing this pod is there's going to be people who we don't love or like we don't really listen to, all different things. And then you're going to go, wow, I actually like appreciate a lot more of their stuff. Or you could walk away going, I hate this artist.
Yeah.
So
Period.
who knows what will be coming of the future. There's an artist that we're doing in the next episode who Elise has literally never listened to before.
No, not even like, I don't even think I've listened to like, I think I've listened to like maybe their top song.
Yeah.
But
and
that's it.
I am literally so excited to see like what Elise thinks when we come back for the next week.
We shall see.
It's going to be pretty epic. But we're going to
Before we get in,
we're going
let's
to
do
do
our
question of the week.
question of the week. Yeah. Ooh. That's Post Malone-ish.
Wow.
I'm trying to get it so that it matches like all the vibes of the artists, you know?
I like it. No, I'm here for it. Like, it's also fun for me to watch
Because you don't know what's coming.
And because the thing is like, you're watching it on the video, I'm watching her look me directly in the eyes and go, ooh.
Yeah,
it's a bit wild.
It's a bit hated.
But I love it. Oh, Beyonce. She's back. Why do we end up always talking about Beyonce?
Because she is mother.
She really is.
Okay, anyways.
What's your question of the week?
My question of the week is obviously one of his albums is called Beer Bongs and Bentleys. Mm-hmm. What is your dream car?
Oh my God. Realistically or non-realistically?
Just like if you had if you could like just buy a car and money was not a thing, you just got a car, what would you get?
Probably a Lambo.
Really?
Yeah.
What color would it be?
Sexy. Black. All of my cars will be black. Or like a dark, like really sexy brown.
Go on.
I love brown and I love like black colored cars. I think they just look really sexy and sleek.
You like your cars like you like your men.
Well, I do drive a black car, so no, but yeah, that's what I would do. What would yours be?
I think I'd want a not like a Tesla per se, but an electronic car.
Yes, like
just thinking
Tesla's what I want, like realistically. Next.
Yeah, I think just in this day and age, you know,
yeah,
save a bit of money, you know,
and they fucking look fucked.
But I remember when.
And I love that.
I remember when I was like in high school, I wanted a Mini Cooper though, like every teenage girl does.
Oh my God!
Like a little yellow convertible.
Yeah, I love that.
That'd be the ish, but yeah.
My question of the week comes from the album 12 Carat Toothache.
When was the last time you went to the dentist?
Imagine if that was my question. My question is, so on the album, there's two songs, I Like You and I Cannot Be or something like, I can't remember what that song title's called, but both of them, one's called a happier song and one's called a sadder song.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song that makes you feel happy? And what's your favorite song that makes you feel sad?
Ooh, to make me feel happy. This is really difficult. Because like as in, am I sad and I want to be happy? Or like...
I think like a song that makes you happy and a song that makes you like sad.
Like makes me feel... Okay.
Or like maybe something you listen to when you're happy and something you listen to when you're sad.
They're very different.
I guess that's probably a better way of putting it. But yeah.
Good songs to listen to when I'm happy. This is so difficult. Oh my gosh, this is really putting me on the spot right now. I like a dancey song, so probably something like, I think like at the moment, like Water by Tyler or like Heated by Beyonce. Swear. Something that's really like upbeat and dancey. So like Heated. Trying to think of any other songs. Literally crossing my brain right now.
What's a sad song for you?
Sad song? Special by SZA. 20 something by SZA. Oh my God.
By the way, we went to SZA.
Yeah, we said this
Did we say this last week? And literally, I'm not kidding. She's not kidding about how much she cried when she did like Special and songs like that. She was a mess.
Nobody Gets Me really does get me.
I watched Elisa's face when Nobody Gets Me, and she was already crying, and then Nobody Gets Me comes on, and her face just went.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't take anymore. Stop it.
Because the way SZA lines up, a bit of a digress from Post Malone, but the way SZA lines up her concert is she does all like the bad bitch songs first, and then she does her sad songs, and then she does her like happy, bittersweet type songs at the end. Yeah. So like you have that just whole like 10 minutes of just crying in the middle there. And then you cry at the end because she surprises you with 20 something that you've been wishing for ages.
Yeah, I know, you died.
Yeah, definitely like Nobody Gets Me, Special. There's this song by The Driver Era, which you won't know at all. It's called Fade. It's just like...
I know the Kanye song called Fade.
It's not that.
Post Malone's on that song, actually.
No, it's called Fade. And I would say it is a perfect mash of a happy and a sad song. Slay. Because it is, if you are sad, you feel like, okay, I'm going to be okay. I can get through this, but you're sad because you're still like living through it. Yeah. But then if you're happy, you're like, okay, this is good. Like I'm getting through life at the moment.
Slay.
And it's a very like chill song.
Yeah.
So that's like another one.
What would mine be?
Yeah, what about you, doll?
I think a happy song for me.
Wet vagina?
No, that makes me feel like angry. That bitch. Like I have songs and most of the time they are songs that make me feel like that bitch because I always want to feel like that bitch. But songs that make me feel happy, I think Good Days by SZA. I know that song's it's technically a sad song, but for some reason it makes me feel very like warm and happy inside.
Well, this actual like production of it makes you feel like a warm summer's day.
So like something like that, something that makes me feel sad. At the moment, We Can't Be Friends by Ariana Grande makes me feel depressed.
Yeah.
Sad Day by FKA Twigs is another one that probably makes me feel like really sad and in my feels, but I love that song. But so yeah, like a few songs like that, I'd probably say like songs that make me just like fall apart.
Yeah.
Von Dutch. By Charlie.
It's a happy song.
Yes. That song makes me feel so happy and so chaotic. Her new song just came out, by the way, and it's really good.
Yeah.
360.
Yeah.
Have you heard it yet?
I haven't heard it, but I've seen the clips of it with like
It's
Emma
so
Chamberlain
good.
and Queen. I forget her name, but the influencer.
Julia Fox.
Yeah,
isn't
and
it?
Julia Fox too.
Isa Maya's in it. And so is Chloe Sevigny, the famous actress, is in it, which is really iconic.
yes.
Yeah, but the video is so good.
Isn't she? She's the one from Sex and the City, right?
No, she's in American Horror Story. I know that. And she's been in like heaps of movies, but she's been in a lot of horror movies, but she's really iconic.
Horror.
But yeah.
Slay.
But let's get into the albums.
Let's get into her.
We are going to start, of course, with album 1 called Stoney.
The deluxe.
The deluxe.
Deluxe.
Let me give you the backstory while you get up your answers.
Yes.
The release date of Stoney, December 9th, 2016. This was the first we ever heard of Mr. Post.
It is. Isn't that wild?
I know. 2016. It's almost been 10 years.
2016 was a big year. Block Brows, Morphe.
And for music, it was massive.
Yeah.
Like Lemonade, Anti, Life of Pablo, Dangerous Woman, like Blonde, like just records on records on records. It was wild. This album went 2 times platinum. It went number 4 on Billboard. So, I guess like first album, sometimes that can happen. This album was nominated for Top Rap Album and Top Billboard 200 Album at the Billboard Music Awards and International Album of the Year at the Juno Awards, but it didn't win anything.
Shame.
It had 6 singles, White Iverson, which went 14 on Billboard, Too Young, which didn't chart, Go Flex, which went 76 on Billboard, Deja Vu featuring Justin Bieber, which went 75 on Billboard, Congratulations featuring Quavo, which went 8 on Billboard, and I Fall Apart, which went 16 on Billboard. And this album had 4 features. It had Justin Bieber, Kehlani, Quavo, and 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
Do you remember when 2 Chainz was a thing?
I remember when 2 Chainz was a thing.
Oh my god! Do you remember the song Birthday Sex that he had with Kanye? And he had the song I'm Different.
Yes.
Do you remember that song? I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Yeah. That song fucking slapped. I used to love that. And I love Dem Strippers featuring Nicki Minaj.
Yes, of course.
So good. Absolutely. And Bees in the Trap.
Bees in the Trap. He made some bangers.
So iconic. And he was on Mercy. Let's never forget that he was on Kanye's Mercy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So good.
I didn't know that.
But let's move into it. What are your top 5 from Stoney?
Okay, so I want to give a little shout out to, before I do this, Go Flex. I have a love and hate relationship to this song.
Oh, I love this song.
This
is probably one of my favorite songs of his.
Don't get me wrong, I love Go Flex, but just some lyrics are so 2016. You know, like that. This album is like core 2016. Like you cannot tell me that this would come out now and would be like, what the fuck are you singing about right now? Yeah. So love Go Flex, but it's not in my 5 because the lyricism of it is just not it. I'm sorry. But my number 5 is Congratulations.
Yes.
Great feel good song. My number 4 is Feel. My number 3 is Deja Vu.
All the features.
My number 2 is I Fall Apart. And my number 1 is Feeling Whitney. Oh, I love Feeling Whitney.
Feeling Whitney was a deluxe song?
I know. And I think majority of Post Malone fans agree that's like such a core song in like his career. Like it's one of his best songs.
Well, my top 5. My my bronze award is Deja Vu featuring Justin Bieber. Number 4, my silver is White Iverson.
This is another song that is so 2016.
But I like it.
I like it, but it's like, when I started balling, I was young.
You don't think about me when I'm gone.
It just reminds me musically.
But I just like the vibe of it.
Yeah,
like I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
more about like I honestly did not connect with any of his lyrics.
That's fair.
Like it was very much me just like vibe what songs were giving me the vibe.
Okay.
3 for me, my gold is Go Flex. I like this song. And then number 2 for me, my platinum song is I Fall Apart.
Yes.
And my diamond is Feeling Whitney.
Oh,
So
We-
Feeling Whitney is like top 3 post songs for me.
Feeling Whitney is a gorgeous song.
It's not my favorite. I do have a favorite. I've worked out my
Really?
favorite song. We'll get to that.
Feeling Whitney is I don't really have like top songs, but it's such a beautiful song, and it just even I Fall Apart is like it gets your heartstrings going.
I remember when that song came out. Oh my god, it was huge.
And like you're just like screaming it, like you get it. You're like, yes, I'm falling apart, Post Malone. I'm falling apart.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Yeah,
good song.
it is such
It's
a good
definitely
song.
a good song for sure. What are your
Alright.
bottoms? What song gets the kick?
Gets the kick. So my not a fan award goes to Money Made Me Do It.
2 Chains.
Yeah. My skip it goes to Yours Truly by Austin Post. Oh no, Yours Truly, Austin Post. And then my erase it goes to Cold. It was just like I felt like it was just such a filler song. Like
We were so close to having the
Really?
same bottom. Almost. Number 3 was Yours Truly, Austin Post.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, my skip it was Money Made Me Do It, featuring 2 Chains. And my least favorite song on this album was Broken Whiskey Glass.
I like Broken Whiskey Glass.
Did not like it. I hated this as an opener.
Really?
Yeah.
It was going
I
to be
will
my top
say
5.
There was at least 2 albums of this where I was like, I do not like this as an opening song.
That's fair.
And this is one of them.
I feel like
I just think it's so okay, sure.
I feel like the first album was good, but like he was I don't know Post Malone's story. I'm not a postie. We're gonna
Or
guess
whatever we call them.
Post-it note.
Postman. Dear Mr. Postman.
I hope he sings that. Hey, 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 Mr. Postman. But like I feel like at the start of his career
He could sample it.
he could. But I feel like I don't know his personal life story, but I feel like he was in a dark place in the first couple albums. And in the last couple albums, I feel
will
like he's
say
truly found a light.
He has changed genres more than he probably changes his pairs of underwear. I'm sorry.
That's so uncalled for.
Okay.
Meds changes his underwear for sure.
He's I don't know, but to me he just looks
Dirty to you. That's fair.
He sort of scares me.
Really?
Yeah.
He is. So I watched a while ago. There's like this guy on YouTube that does like does with celebrities like your last meal, and they get to choose. And like before that, I knew Post Malone was like a goofy kind of guy, but then you watch that and you find such a little sweet spot for like Post Malone watching that video, because he's just saying like how much he loves like ramen, and like he loves his daughter. I think it's daughter. I think he's only got one. I could be wrong though. His daughter, and he's like he's a conspiracy theorist weirdo. Like he fully says like I have a bunker under my house that I have stocked up like ready to go for 5 years.
I love that for him.
He 100% does.
He's so ready.
He's a weirdo, but love him.
We're going to move on to the next album. Let's do it. Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Yes.
This was probably like his biggest commercial album, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, this or the next one, but I think this one especially like was like massive. It has one of the most streamed songs of all time ever.
I think it's just because I feel like he had such a big starting like with his first album. He needed like to go a bit bigger on the next one, and it had to go be more
So this was
commercially.
released on April 27, 2018. Crazy. This was number 1 on Billboard. It went 5 times platinum. That's because of the song that's the most streamed song of all time.
Yeah.
This album was nominated for so many awards. International Album of the Year at LOS 40 Music Awards, Top 200 Album and Top Rap Album at Billboard Music Awards, International Album of the Year at the Danish Music Awards.
Go on.
Album of the Year at the Grammy Awards, and Foreign Hip Hop Album at the Hungarian Music Awards.
He was traveling.
He was over there.
He was on it.
I think that's...
Go on.
He was nominated for those, but he did win some for this album, actually. He won Favorite Rap Hip Hop Album for American Music Awards and International Album of the Year at the Juno Awards, which slay. This had 5 singles. Rockstar featuring 21 Savage, which went number 1 on Billboard and is now one of the most streamed songs of all time. Candy Paint, which went 34 on Billboard. Psycho featuring Ty Dolla $ign, which went number 1 on Billboard. Ball For Me featuring Nicki Minaj, which went number 16 on Billboard, and Better Now, which went number 3 on Billboard. And the featured artists of this record, we have 6 of them: Sway Lee, 21 Savage, Ty Dolla $ign, Nicki Minaj, G-Eazy, and YG.
Now listen, Nicki, we love you, but the Nicki collab on this, not it. It was not Nicki coded. I'm so sorry. I don't know how you feel about it, but when I was listening to this, I was like, Nicki. I was like, also, Nicki's rap is not it either.
Nicki really has no interest in working with him, and he was like, here's the check. And she was like, sure.
That's how I feel like she felt with that.
Rockstar came out and she went, okay.
Yeah.
She went, I want a piece of that.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, go on.
She
thought she was getting on that song.
I feel like that's the same.
21 Savage got on that instead. She was like, I'm getting on that Rockstar song, right?
I feel like that's how she feels about the Katy Perry collab too.
We will get to Miss Swish Swish. We watched her and Katy perform at I think it was the VMAs, or it could have been American Music Awards.
Yeah.
That was the most fucking unhinged thing we have ever seen, and it looked like Nicki did not want to be there.
Last episode, after we finished filming, Ben stayed over for, I want to say, another 2 hours, and we just watched most
We watched
unhinged.
a lot of Nicki because we talked about the Roman Holiday Grammys performance, and I had to show Elise, which now she has seen.
And then we just went down a rabbit hole.
I know. How wild was that Roman Holiday performance, though?
Oh, wild.
Crazy.
Anyway.
Lifting up out of the ground. I can't.
Oh, she's wild. Anyway.
What is your top 5 from Beer Bongs and Bentleys?
My top 5, and these songs do live in my playlist. They're not just like I pick them. They actually live in my playlist. Number 5 is 92 Explorer. Number 4 is Candy Paint. Number 3 is Rockstar. Number 2 is Better Now. And number 1 is Stay. I love Stay. It's such a beautiful song.
It's like Feeling Whitney Part 2.
It is exactly Feeling Whitney Part 2.
Ours is kind of different.
Ooh.
But not fully. Number 5 for me is Spoil My Night featuring Sway Lee.
Okay.
I sort of vibed to this song, I guess. I also don't mind Sway Lee, so...
Yeah, go on.
I guess, go off. 4 is Candy Paint, so we had the same number 4.
Candy Paint with the wine on
I think
top.
it's purely on the beat for me. But
Yeah.
I like that song. The beat is really good.
Yeah.
3 is Ball For Me featuring Nicki Minaj.
Deceased.
I've got to say, it was like the one part of the album I went, oh, thank God, someone else is on this album that I'm really excited about.
You're like, a woman.
I was like, thank God, she's here. She's come to save me. So, yeah, Ball For Me was like immediately up there for me just on that alone.
Just because of Nicki.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Number 2, he redeemed himself after Broken Whiskey Glass, because my favorite is Paranoid, which is the opener.
Really?
That's number 2, sorry.
Yeah.
And my favorite is also Stay.
Yay!
Stay is my favorite for sure. I love that we have so far the same favorite. This is wild for us.
This is so wild.
Sorry, not number 3. Your bottom 3.
You're just wanting to go back to your number 3 and talk about Nicki for a moment.
Please, can we go back to the Nicki episode? I'm like, kind of like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm like, just like, okay, sure.
We're here for Post.
We're here for it. Put on his song with Beyonce. Levi's jeans.
Which you don't even like that much.
Yeah, it's like one of my least favorites.
It's one of my favorites.
Dirty little thing.
And you love to
Levi's
turn.
jeans.
Okay, my bottoms. My not a fan award goes to Psycho. It's a very controversial one.
I hate this song.
Yes,
it
me
is
too.
such a bad song.
I agree. And I think it's such a controversial one because it's such a liked song on the album, but I do not like it.
How did this song become a number one? I'm so sorry.
I agree.
Can you believe that was number one when songs like
Ball
Ball for Me
Don't even right now.
or even Better Now. Better Now was lower than Psycho. And it's just
was.
like, but Ball for Me.
No, Ball for Me is not.
Ball for Me.
I think this is just your gay coming out and me, my straight is coming out. Oh, we're getting silly. Okay. My Skippin' Award goes to Jonestown.
Interlude.
And then my erasement is Zach and Cody.
Oh, by the way, quick thing in case someone's going to call us out for interlude. We've made a rule. If the interlude goes over a minute, it counts.
Yes.
If it's under a minute, we don't count the song.
Correct.
I think that's just the fair thing because some of the interludes are actually kind of slay.
Yeah.
So, go off. Number 3 for me, my not a fan, is Jonestown interlude. Mm-hmm. Number 2 for me is Rich and Sad.
It is a bit of a flop.
And my least favorite is also Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, the song is so dumb.
So dumb. I so
hated
agree.
this song. I was listening to it and I was just like, I actually got like halfway through and went, no, I need to skip this
I know.
song.
I was the
can't
exact
even."
same.
I was like, this song is terrible. And like, it's just, I listened to everything like all the way through, but that specific song, I was just like,
Tough to get
I was like,
through.
I'm sorry, this is just almost unbearable. I was like, this is really not it.
This
anyway.
is a controversial thing, but even though this is probably one of his most popular albums, it's not that strong. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
I did also like the song called Taken Shots. That was also the other one that was
really?
almost in my top 5.
Yeah.
That one was pretty right.
All right.
It's no ball for me, but
Okay. All right.
maybe I should have put that as my number 1. Okay, are we going to move on to album 3?
Hollywood's Bleeding.
Hollywood's
Which
Bleeding.
has so much more soul to it, in my
Also
opinion.
way more features. This was like his feature album.
Yeah.
This
This
album
was his cherry bomb.
Yeah,
That's just got to be the connection
that's
to
the bar.
Yeah, whenever there's the biggest feature album, that's their cherry bomb.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this album went number 1 on Billboard and went 4 times platinum. It was released on September 6th, 2019. So a year after this album. He was really just like pushing out these albums.
Yeah, he was.
Awards and noms. He was nominated for Top 200 Album at the Billboard Music Awards again for the 3rd time in a row. International Album of the Year at the Juno Awards, Album of the Year at the Grammys, and won favorite rap hip hop album at the American Music Awards and top rap album at the Billboard Music Awards. So he won 2 awards for this one. Went 6 singles. Again, he's been flying at these singles. Wow was the first single, went number 2 on Billboard. Goodbyes featuring Young Thug, number 3 on Billboard. Circles, which went number 1 on Billboard, also one of the most streamed songs of all time. Enemies featuring DaBaby went number 16 on Billboard. Allergic went number 37 on Billboard. And then Take What You Want featuring Ozzy Osbourne and Travis Scott, which went number 8 on Billboard. Yes. And it had 10 featured artists, which is crazy. It had
Cuckoo.
DaBaby, Future, Halsey, so random, Meek Mill, Lil Baby, Ozzy Osbourne, Travis Scott, SZA, Sway Lee, and Young Thug. Not saying random in a bad way because I like Halsey, but just a collab I never expected.
I didn't expect SZA and Post to collab. That's
Yeah.
a bit more of an odd.
I think Halsey's more of an odd collab.
You reckon?
Yes.
They have similar vibes.
I was almost about to do cursive singing like Halsey, and I was like, this isn't the episode
They
for
have
that.
similar vibes.
I
I can't even do it.
Oh no. I'm just thinking of the video of Doja Cat doing Agora Hills and cursing.
Yeah.
And going, I want to show you. Oh,
I want to show you.
it's so iconic. But we will be doing a Halsey video because I love Halsey.
Yeah, go on.
She's fucking slay. Can we do Halsey soon?
If you want.
You're like, no. Can we wait a while?
I'm like, can we do people that I know majority of the albums
We'll
for?
do Halsey when her new album comes out because I think she's got one coming this year.
You go, because I went for the first two.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Fuck. Number 5 for me, my bronze is Hollywood's Bleeding. So the opener. Number 4 for me, my silver is Staring at the Sun featuring SZA. And of course that is purely because SZA is on the song.
I'm glad that's in your top 5.
So stunned.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me, my gold is Goodbyes featuring Young Thug. I actually will say this is one of his better, like more like I guess mainstreamy songs, because a lot of the songs I find of his mainstream are quite like
Yeah.
Number 2 for me is Wow. The song is pretty slay. I've got to be honest.
It is
but number 1, my favorite song of this album is my favorite Post Malone song.
What is it?
Take What You Want, featuring Ozzy Osbourne and Travis Scott. I think the song is great.
It is a slap.
Like, it's a really, really good song.
Yeah.
This is like literally like the only song in my playlist that I have of him.
Really?
Probably. Maybe there might be a few more. But this is like the only one that I like.
You don't
come
skip.
on in the skip and I'll go, yeah, okay. I'll be like, I'll listen to it. This is a good song. He was the only one that like listening to it, I actually turned it up.
Oh, God.
And I was like, okay, I'll listen to this properly and like really get into it. But yeah, that's my favorite for sure. Like by a landslide.
I love that. All right, my number 5 is Enemies. My number 4 is Sunflower. I love this song, and I also love Spider-Man, so it has to be my top 5.
That list is so different.
My number 3 is Wow. My number 2 is Take What You Want. And then my number 1 is, of course, Staring at the Sun. It has to be.
I literally was looking at this list and I was like, I know Elise's number 1 is going to be the SZA collab. Like,
it's a good song.
Yeah.
But SZA's voice is beautiful. Anything SZA does will never be a 0 for me. I don't think there's like a single SZA song where I'm like, I mean, her earlier stuff, obs, but like nothing that she's...
No, I love her early stuff.
No, some stuff is good, but some of the stuff
Z
you're like...
EP is so slay.
Yeah, it is good, but then some of the stuff you're like...
Have you heard a song called Julia?
Yes.
Oh, I fuck with that song.
Yeah.
And like Green Mile and all those. Oh, so
Yeah,
good.
no, they're good, but then there's some where you're like...
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
It's just that they're so fucking slay.
Yeah.
Bottoms.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me is Enemies.
Oh my gosh.
Featuring DaBaby, and it's purely... I probably wouldn't have put this in my bottom 3 if it wasn't for DaBaby being on this song. I hate DaBaby.
Really?
Well, yeah, he's homophobic.
Oh, is he?
And also just...
Never mind. Enemies
shit.
is out of it. Which one did you put as your top?
You're like, I'll put that in there.
Yeah, whatever you said for his number 5,
like,
that's mine too.
But like also, I just think he's just so just not it.
Okay.
I like just don't like him. I liked Shug when he put that out, and the other song of his
What?
Babysitter. You know the song Shug?
No.
SUGE?
No. Shug.
Yeah, that was like his biggest hit.
Never heard that in my life. Shug. That sounds like what we would...
There's that one that's like dun 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 dun.
No.
Oh, you'll know it if you heard it.
Sounds like a pet name. Oh, Shug. Oh, Shug, sweetie.
And then and also Nicki got on a remix of that when like he was relevant.
Right.
And her verse was slay. But it was definitely better than Ball for me. But my number 2 is Saint Tropez. Mm-hmm. And my least favorite, this is probably one of the worst songs I heard out of this whole thing, was I Know. Mm-hmm. Oh my fucking God, this song was not it.
Not it. I 100% agree.
And I was like, I know. I was like, oh, I feel like the song will be good because Travis Scott has a really good song called I Know. And I was like, I have hope for it. And I went, ooh. This is...
I did not know.
I was like, ooh.
Can I say the end of the album is so underwhelming besides Wow? The end of the album, you're like...
I was literally like, please finish, please finish, please finish, please
But then
finish.
you get Wow at the end, you're like...
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, good. You're like, I'm back in.
You're like...
I'm reloaded.
Okay, I'm ready for toothaches.
Yeah. What are your bottoms?
My bottoms is very, very similar. My skip it is Myself. My not a fan is myself. My skip it is I know, and then my chuck it is Saint Tropez, however you say it. Tropez as well. Not it.
I love that both of us didn't put circles in there.
I don't really like circles. I think it's just
It's a very generic song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to album 4, we have 12 Carat Toothache. This album came out on June 3rd, 2022.
Yeah.
He actually took a break.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
Very well deserved, I'd say.
Well, he went through a crisis during lockdown because that's how the whole bunker thing happened. He went through a crisis. He thought aliens were going to come.
Oh, go on.
He literally lived that tinfoil hat lifestyle for a while because he went crazy. I think this was also the period where he met his wife and he had the child.
Yeah.
And his wife is like, I think it's like a cute little Japanese woman, like very like cutesy vibes. And they live in a place like in Texas, I want to say, like in the middle of nowhere practically. And like, I feel like they live on a farm. I don't know.
Speaking of Post Malone and like that lifestyle, his new song that just came out with Morgan Wallen.
I haven't listened to it. Is it a country song?
It's horrible.
Really?
I'm not saying this just because I don't like country or anything. I've literally seen so many people like reviewing the song and saying it is terrible.
Really?
Everyone's like, this was not it.
Is Morgan...
And also, fuck Morgan Wallen.
Is Morgan Wallen that person when we were in the break room talking about country, that was the music you showed me?
The last night we let the liquor talk.
Yeah. You're not it.
No. I hate Morgan Wallen.
What's Morgan Wallen done?
He's got a lot of controversies behind him. And also, do not like his music at all. Like, it's just not it.
Okay, I guess there's not going to be a Morgan Wallen episode. I'm so sorry.
We can do a Morgan Wallen episode, but it's going to be me just hating on Morgan Wallen for an hour straight.
So that's just the exact same as Taylor Swift.
Wait till the Taylor Swift episode. We're trying to work out how we're going to do that one with how many albums that bitch has made.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
We're definitely going to do one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Back to this toothache.
Yeah. So this came out June 3rd, 2022. This went number 2 on Billboard. It hasn't gone platinum or anything. It didn't get any award noms.
Kind of fell off a little bit.
This album was kind of a flop era for him.
I mean, he went very strong, and I feel like he's in a cleaner lifestyle now, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, like, it's not any shade. It just didn't... Like, I remember when this, like, the first single came out, and I was just like, okay.
What was the first single?
The Weekend collab.
Oh, really?
And then there was the second song, and then there was, like, the album, and I was just sort of like, okay.
I Like You as a single.
Was after the album was released.
After the album.
That was, like... Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about... Oh, no, before we do that, let's do the singles. We've got 3 singles. 3 singles. One right now featuring The Weeknd, which went number 6 on Billboard. Cooped Up featuring Roddy Ricch, which went number 12 on Billboard. And I Like You, a Happier Song featuring Doja Cat. Which went number 3 on Billboard, which... Funny enough, we only just talked about that girl.
Yes.
That bitch. Love her. Featured artists, there were 6. We had Roddy Ricch, Doja Cat, Gunna, Fleet Foxes, The Kid Laroi, and The Weeknd.
Speaking about Doja Cat, do you have any things that you want to say for the podcast, Ben, that you told me before we started?
Oh my God, yeah. I have to retract my top 5 for Scarlett. I've changed. The 4 that, like, the top 4 that I had... I stand by that. It's probably number 5. As much as I love Disrespectful, don't get me wrong, I think the song's great. I can't decide if it's Acknowledge Me or it's Wet Vagina. Because Wet Vagina
fucking
slays. And I literally cannot stop thinking about the mud pit. I'm sorry. I think about that on the daily.
But and I would also like to say if I could go back, I would put Urge in my top 5 because watching that song live at Coachella just changes the way I listen to it now.
I just love the line fuck them
kids.
Well, that's iconic. But no, fight the urge to fuck your bitch. Oh, that's so hard.
Fight the urge to keep getting rich. Hey.
So good. I've also started really warming up to Okay Loser as well.
Okay Loser.
That song slaps.
What about Piss?
Oh, well, we love Piss.
Do you have
we know
like
you
it?
love Piss.
Put it in my pocket and we could
if I just give you this docket, then we we could go. We could
We could
get
get
a profit.
a profit. So random.
So weird. What are your top 5?
My top 5.
Miss 12 Carat Toothache. That album title also I don't like because I can't pronounce it properly. It's like it fucks up my words.
12 Carat Toothache.
It doesn't flow well to me.
Random.
Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's like a mouthful.
12 Carat Toothache.
See? Yeah, I don't love the title.
12 Carat Toothache. 12 Carat Toothache.
Yeah, it's not one that's easy to get your mouth around. It actually gave me a toothache.
Okay, moving on. So my number 5 is Wrapped Around Your Finger. My number 4 is Insane. My number 3 is One Right Now, which I feel like is a bit controversial because it's like the Weeknd song and people either love it or hate it. My number 2 is I Like You. What a bop. This is such a good song. The video for it is so cute. It's them dancing in a little like...
She looks so cute.
Oh, her hair looks so good. And then my number 1 is Love/Hate to Alcohol. This is again like the Feeling Whitney, I think, of the album.
Okay, this is going to be the wildest album, I think, for us. Just wait. Number 5 for me is When I'm Alone. Number 4 for me is Euthanasia.
Really?
Yeah. I do like Euthanasia.
That's getting clipped.
So is you saying you like this?
Yeah, that's already been done, girl.
Yeah, girl. Number 3 for me is Cooped Up featuring Roddy Ricch. Number 2 for me is I Like You, a Happier Song featuring Doja Cat. And my number 1 song is Love Hate Letter to Alcohol featuring Fleet Foxes.
That's mine.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, why are you so shook?
That shook me that I didn't expect you to say that was your favorite song.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I like it.
Love that for you. I thought this was good.
Yeah,
but I
was
love
good.
Fleet Foxes too. So
Right, fair. Okay,
what's your bottoms?
My bottoms. Not a fan is Wasting Angels.
Featuring Kid Laroi.
Yeah. Oh,
Rough.
Kid Laroi only has that one good song. I'm sorry. He really tried to.
What good song? Stay.
Yeah, isn't that it? You
Justin
cut
Bieber.
out a piece of me.
Oh, Without You. He also had Stay, which is like a massive hit.
How does Stay go?
And it's the same thing as...
Oh, no, not that one. Without
Okay,
You.
I got to say, I don't like Kid Laroi's music really at all, but the song he put out recently that... How does your heart been so easy?
Really? You like that?
Oh, I love that song. It's so good.
Random.
It sounds like it could be in Twilight.
It does sound like it
It's
could be in
called
Twilight.
Bleed. That song's really good.
It gives me the same energy as like the Golden Hour song, and this is what you
hate
know
that song.
by JVKE. It gives me that energy. Yeah. Kid Laroi. I'm sorry. As an Australian, you need to push the Australian music somewhere else because it's just not what he's doing right now.
I'm just not a fan.
Yeah.
Like, no hate to him at all.
He's young, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty young.
He's a kid. Laroi.
I can't wait till we get back into like the gay artists next week. This is a lot for me.
Okay.
Did you name your number 1?
No.
No, you haven't.
My skip it goes to Waiting for a Miracle, and then my bin is New Recording. Yeah.
So this is where it gets crazy. Number 3 for me, we are in agreement, is Wasting Angels, featuring the Kid Laroi. Number 2 for me is Insane. And number 1 for me is Wrapped Around Your Finger.
You do realize you're in my place right now.
I hate that song.
Oh,
Wrapped Around Your Finger,
wow.
I listened to that and went, I do not like this song.
That's how I felt about Ball For Me about Nicki Minaj.
You know what? I'll get the barbs over here.
No, I don't want that.
You don't want
I
smoke.
don't want to.
You're like, I like Fall For Me.
I
like
love it. It's really good, Nikki. It's really good. It's my number 1 now, actually. I actually just discovered.
She just changed it. Yeah. But yeah, this album was very just like...
Yes.
Me. But, you know, go off, Miss Girl. I mean, slay. Let's move on to our final album.
The Austin album.
Austin.
Now, this album, he actually did not produce in a booth, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he produced it like in his farm, like at his house. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Like by himself, chilling about.
So he had no one to tell him it wasn't a good album.
Oh, Ben. He really opened up with this album.
I also really dislike this album as well.
That's fair.
This album was these three I can understand. These two, I'm sorry.
He's just not in his rock star era anymore. No.
For me. And now he's doing fucking country. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Who's that? There's this country artist.
People can hate me all they want.
This isn't your community.
Like, people here, so many people fucking hate Doja Cat and I love her. And
yeah.
Like, that's fine. But I'm not a Post Malone
What's
fan.
that? There's this one country artist and he's got this one song and he's been on tour recently and he's bringing out artists like Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, Noah Khan.
Yes, for that one song.
Stick Season.
Yes. I find that so random.
Yeah, no. I don't also like that song either.
I forget how it goes.
Season of the Sticks.
Yes. Love her mom. Yeah, not it.
Not for me.
Yeah.
We can tell that, like, the highest that we go in country is Cowboy Carter.
I don't even get that far.
Oh, it's a lot.
All right. What is Cowboy Carter's? What's the horse's name? Not like the real name, but the fake name.
The fake name they gave her, Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Because we got Renee,
yes,
and then we have Chardonnay. We're going to have...
Rockin' Nason.
What?
I'm
scared. It'll be something slay, and I'm so excited for it. Let's move on to Austin. So this album came out on July 28th, 2023, so it's almost a year old. It went number 2 on Billboard, and no awards or nominations so far this year. Singles, we have 4 of them. We have Chemical, which went 13 on Billboard, Morning, which went 36 on Billboard, Overdrive, which went 47 on Billboard, and Enough is Enough, which went 56 on Billboard.
Yeah.
And this album had no features.
Yeah. I think he literally made it by himself.
It was probably his COVID album. Even though he put out, like, an album after COVID.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this was, like, his, like... He, you know, artists sometimes will record an album before that one, and he probably like recorded that and went, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't put this out."
Maybe.
Who knows? You never know. But like to me, this is giving like post-COVID album, which is what a lot of artists have done. It's more like real and raw.
I feel like a lot of people only know the song "Chemical" off this album too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which isn't like
go.
Yeah, it's not even like my favorite really. Okay. Anyway, my tops, I'm kicking it off. So my number 5 goes to Don't Understand. My number 4 goes to Chemical. My number 3 is Overdrive. My number 2 is Laugh It Off. And my
I feel the same way.
And my number 1 is Nova Candy. How do you feel about that?
Well, we'll get into that. Number 5 for me is Something Real. Don't look at my answers.
Oh, no. I'm just intrigued.
Number 5 is, Something Real. Number 4 is Socialite. Number 3 is Sign Me Up.
Wow.
Number 2 is Morning. And my favorite song is definitely Overdrive.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that was the only song that I was like, okay, I can understand the hype behind this.
Very odd. None of them are in my bottoms, actually. So we just have different views on this album.
What's your bottom?
My bottoms are my
Not a Fan
award goes to Hold My Breath. My Skip It award goes to Green Thumb. And my Erase It goes to Texas Tea.
Texas Tea.
Texas Tea.
It ain't no Hold'em.
It ain't no Hold'em. Texas Tea is in my bottom.
And it's in mine too. It's number 3 for me.
Oh, what a segue.
Not a Fan. Texas Tea. Number 2 for me is Nova Candy.
Criminal.
And my least favorite is definitely Don't Understand.
Wow.
Because I don't understand this
You don't
song.
understand it.
Nah, it's not
You
for
didn't
me.
get it. That's fair. Very interesting album. It's very...
This is my least favorite for sure. Going into that, what's my least favorite? Austin, for sure. Like, I know some, like, the fans probably love this record, and I get that.
I don't think they do.
it's
I'd
very
have to search
nothing
up on
record.
Reddit, but I really don't think they do.
It's not for me at all. What's your least favorite? Austin.
That girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially sad to name your album after you, and it's like
Floppiest
the flop album.
It was no Beyonce album.
Definitely
no Beyonce
not.
album. Maybe he'll have a Lemonade afterwards. Maybe.
No, it's a country album.
Oh, Cowboy.
So it's a Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy Carter.
Maybe she'll feature on it, and then I'll like the album more. Well, what was your favorite record?
What era was a win?
What's your win? Because we know our bin.
That era was the bin. My win, wait, let me just go back because my brain's a bit confuzzled.
Okay, well, I'll
at the
say
moment.
my win. while
Yeah,
do
you
that.
say your win.
My win was definitely Hollywood's Bleeding.
That's my win too. Actually,
Yeah.
my
Wow, we're
win's
so
that.
on par here.
My win's that.
And what era am I in? I guess like 12 carat toothache, I'd say.
Yeah.
Probably. It's my like vibe.
Honestly, probably like if I were to live in an era, it would be in the Austin era, but it's in the bin. I can't be living in the bin. So I would also say 12 carat toothache.
Wow, we're the same.
We're the same. But if I was still that little old girl in grade 8 having crushes
Stoney.
on little boys, wanting with the dog filter, doing Musically, Stoney.
Not the dog filter.
Yes, this was that era though. I have
was.
videos of me with the dog filter on, lip syncing White Iverson.
So fair. I love that for you.
When I started balling, I was young. Oh my gosh.
What about Too Young? I don't want to die too young. That's one thing I will say about Post Malone. All of his songs sound so similar. Like it's all the... it's the same. Like he does a lot of that.
Have you watched the Spider-Man movies yet?
No.
Miles Morales. Oh, you need to. It's so good.
I probably will at some point.
You're not a Marvel fan. You're not a superhero guy, are you? You're the Pokemon
I don't
guy.
really watch... I do love Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm not really a movie person though. I don't really
Right.
watch movies.
Right. Okay.
I'm
that's
more
fair.
of a TV girly. I love TV shows.
Yeah, you reality TV girl.
Yeah. Not really. Yeah. Well, RuPaul's Drag Race.
And like Housewives, isn't that reality?
I don't watch Housewives.
What's the other one? It's like similar to Housewives that you're saying you're
Dance
watching.
Mums.
No,
I love Dance Mums though.
not Dance Moms. It was one that you were watching. Oh my gosh, it's literally gone.
Vanderpump.
Were you watching that? What did you just finish watching with your mum?
Desperate Housewives.
Is that?
That's not reality.
Oh, okay.
Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I get where you've come from.
Yeah.
No, Desperate Housewives fucking slays.
Is that the same energy as like Sex in the City?
So I'd say like it's like if you like Sex and the City, you probably like Desperate Housewives.
Right, okay.
But like it's more of like it's a drama like mystery sort of show. But I like I guess like drama and stuff. My favorite series of all time is American Horror Story and Drag Race. Mm-hmm. Slay.
When does All Stars start?
This week.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so excited to see Got Mick win.
She better. She fucking better. If
They're so
I love
iconic.
oh my gosh. Literally all the names are going past
There's
my brain
so
right
many.
now.
This season's gonna be really good.
It is going to be good. But what's the Miss Vanjie? If Miss Vanjie wins,
I love Vanjie.
I
though.
love Vanjie.
She's so iconic.
But if you look at Vanjie's drag compared to Got Mix,
I'm excited for Plastique.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited to see Roxy Andrews on TV again.
Was she on All Stars before? Yeah, I
she was
thought
on All
so.
Stars too, and she was in Alaska and Detox's
Yeah.
like group Alaska Talks.
And that was the All Stars All Star. No, that was like the one of the best All Stars.
That was
like
the best season ever.
Because
Because
it had
an Alaska one.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
as it should.
Yeah, and then
Like,
Trixie won the season after that. Per.
But this is going to be Got Mix season. I'm very confident.
If it's not, I'm sending a hate mail.
Angeria is also really good too. I like Angeria. I actually think this cast is like one of the strongest casts they've had in a really long time.
Quite a small All Stars though.
Small, but I think very like no one's going home.
Oh, what?
They're doing like the way they did All Winners, where like someone wins and then they can block someone.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's why, and it's all for charity, which is amazing.
Oh, go on.
Love that.
Anyway, this is so not
I
Post
love
Malone.
that we're trying to fill it with like a bit of gay somewhere. Like we're like, this is like, it needs to happen.
Yeah.
But either way, still fun. Like, I mean, I love diving into people's music, even if I didn't love it. Like,
What's a song that you didn't think you would like that you went away liking of Post Malone's?
Probably, I think Paranoid.
Really?
Well, like I'd never listened to that song in my life, and I listened to that and I was like, this is probably one of the best songs on the album. So that's probably mine, I'd say.
And then would you say your Win album is different from what you thought it was going to be?
I thought my favorite was going to be Stoney.
Yeah.
To be honest, but I think there was a lot on Hollywood's Bleeding that I realized I actually really liked. Like I really liked Wow, and I really liked Take What You Want.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's also got my favorite song on it from his discography, so I guess. But yeah, no, I liked more than I thought I would. I will say that.
Wow, revolution.
But with that being said, we're going to be back to our really gay stuff next week. Because the artist we're doing is absolutely iconic. I am so excited to talk about this artist. There's so much lore in this artist. But
that's the word apparently at the moment. Lore. I am very much, I'm the youngest, but I'm not up with the time. So whenever Ben comes up with like new words or comes with me with like new sayings or stuff like that, I'm always like, what does this mean? And then I'll start saying it. Lore. Like their story.
Yeah, it's the backstory. It's
The
part
lore.
of the story.
Okay.
So we're going to say our word of the week.
Yes.
Well, our word for next week. I have a word, I think.
I've got a word.
Well, I know you have a word.
I
We
have a
discussed this
word.
before because I went, do you need a word since you've never really listened to this artist in your life? And she said she's got one,
I've
and
got one.
I approved of it.
Yeah.
So what was your word?
My word is mythical.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
My word, I'm going to say, I don't want to give too much away. I'm going to say juice.
I don't even know what that's
I love
related
that.
to, but
like for the people that get it, they get it for
Okay.
sure. But yeah, juice is going to be my word for next week.
Well, you'll just have to wait and see who it is.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to have to wait and see what I feel about it.
I'm very excited to see this journey for you.
Do you think I'll like it?
I hope so.
Okay.
I mean, like everyone that I've shown, well, like that I've talked to about this artist loves them. So
Right.
like, I feel like you could get around it. They're like alternate pop. I gave the genre away, but still not going to get it. But yeah, like we're doing a pop artist next week, but
Yeah.
like someone that's like more, like I'd say, like they're pop, but they're like a little bit offbeat. Like they're not like
They're not like your Ariana.
it's not like pop diva to me.
Yeah.
It's very like it's artistic and creative
Yeah.
and just like and very intentional.
Yeah, we're giving a lot away, but yeah.
But we're excited. I'm
Exciting.
excited for it. And yeah, we'll see you for next week. If
We
you did
will.
like our really chaotic and just like hate-filled episode of Post Malone.
No, it was not hate-filled. It was just Posty. We love ya, but we are
I have
happily
no-
leaving ya.
Yeah, like no shade at all. Like I actually think Post Malone's a really decent person as well. Like I have no shade at all towards him.
Yeah.
It's purely that I'm just not a fan of his music.
Yeah.
And that's just like
See ya.
that's on period.
And that's on beer.
That's on what?
Bird.
Period.
Bird.
But yes, if you did like this video or you're excited for next week or you're excited for
Us.
we will be back next week again. But if you do like this one, leave a like or on YouTube or leave like
A rating.
Yeah, rating on Spotify. We're still getting used to all of that. As well as you can follow our Instagram and TikTok at What Era Podcast.
I make slay edits. Go and like them.
Yeah, go
and
like
watch
her
them.
stuff. We also give out like a sneaky teaser like picture of like who next week will be. So you can
not
go
of
up
us.
there. No. So you can.
The
Sneaky
shirts
link.
are staying on.
Yeah, no, but like you can go on there. Like for the Doja one, we posted like a red city, which of course was Paint the Town Red. So like if you want to play along and try and guess who it is, you can also get on there and
Leave a
tell
comment.
us and see if you're right. So
Yeah, and you can always DM us if there's an artist you are interested in.
yes, let
or-
us know who you want us to do.
Or if you just want to send us hate comments because we've absolutely bashed your favorite artist, then that's fine too.
That's totally fine. But if you
Yeah.
do leave a comment saying you want us to do Ed Sheeran next week, I will be leaving the podcast.
Why Why was Ed Sheeran your first like instinct to go towards?
Why is it not yours?
I feel like there's other people I hate before Ed Sheeran.
Who else can I put in this? This is very chaotic. For
Anyway.
We digress.
Bye, Ed Sheeran. Bye, everyone.
Yes. We'll see you next week.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.